In an unprecedented and shocking revelation that has left South Africa reeling, Julius Malema, leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, publicly confessed the real circumstances surrounding the death of former government official Nathi Mthethwa. The confession, delivered in a press conference earlier today at the EFF headquarters in Johannesburg, has sent political shockwaves across the nation, leaving politicians, citizens, and the media scrambling to comprehend the magnitude of what was revealed. Malema, visibly tense yet resolute, addressed a packed room of journalists and cameramen. "I cannot stay silent any longer," he began, his voice tinged with both fear and determination. The death of Nathi Mthethwa has been the subject of speculation, rumors, and political manipulation. The truth, as painful as it is, must be known to every South African. According to Malema, Mthethwa's death was not an accident nor the result of natural causes, as initially reported. He revealed that the former official had uncovered a network of political corruption involving multiple high-ranking individuals, a network whose exposure could have destabilized influential sectors of government. Malema claimed that while he had no intention of harming Mthethwa, his interactions with him had inadvertently placed Mthethwa in extreme danger. "He knew too much," Malema admitted, pausing as journalists scribbled furiously. "And in trying to protect him, or perhaps in failing to prevent his exposure, events spiraled out of control." The confession further implicated a web of covert political maneuvering, suggesting that Mthethwa had been under surveillance and threats in the days leading up to his death. Malema disclosed that Mthethwa had made several frantic calls to him, expressing fear for his life. "He was terrified," Malema said, voice cracking. "He pleaded for guidance, for safety, for reassurance. And I could not stop what was coming. I could not." This startling admission has left the nation grappling with a mixture of disbelief, outrage, and profound sadness. Political analysts have described the revelation as unprecedented, highlighting the fact that a sitting political leader publicly acknowledging even indirect responsibility for the death of a former official is virtually unheard of in South African politics. The ANC, EFF, and other opposition parties have all reacted swiftly. The ANC released a statement calling for an immediate independent investigation into Mthethwa's death, while opposition parties demanded urgent parliamentary hearings. Citizens flooded social media with expressions of shock, anger, and calls for justice. The hashtag #TruthAboutMthethwa began trending within hours, reflecting the nationwide demand for accountability. Legal experts suggest that Malema's confession could have far-reaching consequences, potentially triggering criminal investigations, civil lawsuits, and unprecedented political fallout. While some EFF supporters have voiced support for his courage in speaking the truth, others fear the confession could destabilize the party and tarnish its political standing. Meanwhile, the family of Nathi Mthethwa, who had previously called for transparency and justice, reacted with a mixture of grief and vindication. "We have long suspected that there was more to Nathi's passing than we were told," said a family spokesperson. "Today, we finally hear a piece of that truth, but it comes at a price. Our loss cannot be undone, but we hope that accountability will follow." As the nation grapples with the implications of Malema's confession, one thing is certain: South Africa has entered a new chapter of political reckoning. Questions abound about the depth of corruption, the extent of surveillance and threats against political figures, and the moral and legal responsibilities of those in positions of power. For now, the eyes of the nation remain fixed on the unfolding investigations, as citizens await answers that have long been buried beneath layers of secrecy and denial. Nathi Mthethwa's death, once shrouded in ambiguity, has finally been thrust into the harsh light of truth, and the consequences promise to reverberate for years to come.